Hey guys, what's going on? So, this video is kind of a 2-for-1. First, it's a update on the CXracing Turbo, the 3576, which is actually a 3084. It's fine. I just wanted to kind of show you it. This is it after, I don't really know how many miles. But this is it after a lot of track runs and a lot of time on two-step. There's no chunks taken out of the turbine wheel, which is what I was worried about. I was really worried about the turbine wheel being kind of destroyed with how aggressive the two-step has been. Nah, it's fine. Still spins fine. No, like zero shaft play. Zero in and out. Zero back and forth. Like no shaft play with whatsoever. The only reason why it's off the car right now is because I'm switching from a .62 to a .6 or to a .82. Yeah. So yeah, that's the only reason. Because I had the car dynoed, car made 500, but it really struggled to get there. It took about 35 psi, 36, and a buttload of timing to get there, and it just kind of peaked out at 500 and then dropped off on the top end. Which is great because I mean the turbo is only really rated for like 450, especially with the .63 housing on it. So I'm hoping that by going to the larger housing, I can make a little bit more power, or at least make the same power at less boost and ride that power out into the all the way out to redline. But yeah, like I said, as far as this thing goes, I mean, it seems fine. That was the plate here rattling, by the way. It seems fine. The only issue I think I've noticed is that it seems like it's leaking a little oil into the exhaust side and possibly the compressor side. But I'm also not running a oil restrictor. I'm running, on cold starts, this thing's like 80 psi. And I only notice it if I do a cold start and then shut it off, and then do a cold start and then shut it off, and then I'll get a little smoke out the tailpipe, or if I run it hard and then turn it off and then turn it back on, and then it might smoke a little bit. But like I said, I'm not running an oil restrictor. I think if there was a restrictor in there, that would help with that issue. Other than that slight oil leakage issue that I don't see normal daily driving and rarely see at the track. It's only certain situations where I'll see the oil seepage issue. Other than that, I mean, this thing's been great, So, yeah, definitely could recommend this to people if CXracing kind of, would actually advertise the correct specs for their stuff and ship the correct stuff and respond to emails. When this thing goes, actually, I'm actually planning on replacing this with something different, and I'm actually looking at like Pulsar. If I don't go Pulsar, I'll probably actually buy like an actual Precision or something like that. But Pulsar seems really, really tempting, because they have a Garrett G Series knockoff that supposedly performs just as well. So it'd be interesting to try one of those guys out. But they're just really expensive, and it's like, you spend $1,000 on a knockoff turbo. That's a lot of money on a counterfeit, but it's still $1,500 cheaper than the actual Garrett. I don't know, haven't decided yet. Still toying with the ideas. But anyways, yeah, this eBay turbo, the CXracing turbo, still running great. No sign of quitting. And oh yeah, and like I said, made 500 on it. On a 1.8 liter Miata engine. So that's I know the Mazda guys are going to get at me for saying it's a Miata engine. I only call it a Miata engine because people that aren't familiar with the BG platform and the 323 and the GTR and all that crap don't know that the BP is originally a front-wheel drive, all-wheel drive engine. It was originally meant to be turbocharged, blah, 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 blah. No one knows that. If I mention that, everyone just turns their head sideways. So I just call it a Miata engine because everyone knows what a freaking Miata is. So it's just easier. I'm not saying it's from a Miata. It's the same engine that's in the Miata. That's all I'm saying. So, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and put the stuff together, put the big housing on, get it clocked back right, get it back on the car, and then I'm going to bed. Hopefully Friday. a couple of days from now, I'll be heading out to the drag strip and still chasing that 10. You know, car went 11.1 at 131. I mean, she's freaking booking. You know, technically I should be able to run that with the old housing if I could drive better, but I just think this might be better off freeing up some top end power with such a tiny turbine on this guy. So, anyways, till next time.